Welcome to Beachwalk and Beyond, the podcast. We're taking you on a stroll through the heart of the 210 corridor in St. John's, Florida. Let's get started. Welcome to Beachwalk and Beyond, the podcast. My name is Fred Amato. I am the owner of Stroll Beachwalk and Beacon Lake, the local publications. And today I'm here with Seth Neiman of Island Fin Poké. How are you today, Seth?
Fantastic, Fred. How you doing?
All right. So we know that you've been a little bit in the news lately about Island Fin Poké, right? But before we get to that part, I was thinking that let's talk about the history, who you are, where you're from, and how you ended up here in St. John's.
As you know, Fred, like yourself, I'm from the Northeast, from New Jersey. You know, I have a similar story to most people around here. COVID came, S hit the fan, and it's time to make a move. So we moved to Florida, and I was looking at franchises, trying to figure out what would be a good fit. I'd already said no to Island Fin because I heard about it, and then I found out Florida passed the labor law. They're going to raise the minimum wage. Like, oh, that's a bad idea. We came down. We were in Fort Myers. My uncle passed from COVID, so we're driving back. I said, let's try Island Fin, just not even for research purposes, just to get lunch. So we like poke, so we tried it and we fell in love with it. Thought this would be a perfect fit for where we live, and started looking into it. It took 3 years to get this place open from the time we decided we wanted to do it, for location and getting everything set up and ready to go. So I was in the entertainment industry a lot for like 25 years in New York before that. And I got laid off around COVID. I was trying to find another fit and said, maybe it's time to go into business for myself.
So what year did you come here?
2021, August, right before school started.
August 2021.
Yes.
And you live in Beacon Lake.
I do.
Which is right across from Beachwalk, if anyone didn't know that. Right here on CR 210.
There you go.
And then, so you decided that you were going to do this franchise, Island Fin Poké, right here in the Beachwalk community. What drew you here?
Initially, I was living in Nocatee, so the dream was to drive a golf cart to work, and go in Nocatee because it's such a ecosystem there. But my realtor came to me and showed me this marketing video that looks like the greatest place on earth. It's like, it's by the lagoon. There's fire pits, people walking around. There's shops and restaurants. It just looks like, wow, this is going to be a mini town center, and this is going to be amazing. And my wife and I have said this many times, if it's half as good as this video, we're golden.
Right.
And as you know, I went viral because I made a video splicing in that video with what it actually looks like. I have a marquee outside there's 14 slots that are empty. Soon to say Margaritaville 14 times. That's what drew me. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent, but that marketing videos, we said no at first because it's very expensive. We said, well, this is a traffic driver. This is a place where people are going to gather. And
right. So it was a big motivation behind why you wanted to pick this place.
It's 100% the reason we came.
Yeah.
Was that video.
Right. Yeah. I purchased my house in Beachwalk in September of 2018. I bought early because my son got a scholarship, but we were living in Ponte Vedra at the time, and I had to stay there until at least February of 2020. So I made a deal with the builder, but I was thinking the same way. Hey, this is going to be a mini town center. It's going to be great. We'll be able to just walking, golf carts, bike riding. It'll be amazing. Obviously that plan hasn't come to fruition yet, right? I'm still hopeful. I believe in time it will come, right? We were sold on the 3-year plan, and now it looks like it's a 5 to 7 year plan. Just like anything, I guess the roads, but now the road being redone, that slowed traffic down, right? Well, it increased traffic, but slowed business down.
It was backed up all the way to my store every day. So people live in Silverleaf or even further up Shearwater, whatever, they're not going to want to come down here to get dinners or anything, because then you have to wait forever to get back home. So it opened up, that helped. Just these restaurants are challenging. So
sure.
For a lot of reasons. So you every little thing is a little win. You try to hope it all comes together in time.
Right. And I understand that. My wife owned a high-end Northern Italian restaurant with her father in New York for a long time, 34 years.
Wow.
So I understand the restaurant industry. It's not easy, long hours, all about meeting and greeting people and being pleasant all the time, 10, 12-hour days. I get it. Now,
but Fred, you know me off camera. I'm like that anyway.
Of course. Well, when I first met you, Seth, was actually about the advertising in the magazine, and we met up at Beachwalk, right? And we got to know each other, and we just became friends that way. We did put you on the cover of Stroll Beacon Lake because your family was there, but there's a little bit behind that because I had a family that couldn't do the filming, and I was jammed up, and I came to you saying, hey, you want to do me a favor? And you were like, well, what that would cost me? I said, there's no cost. I want to, you'll be helping me and I'll be helping you. And it worked out great. And then that really solidified our friendship longer term.
It was right in my price range. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was perfect, right? Perfect timing. But you got to, I thought the shoot was great. Your family's amazing, right?
Thank you.
I know you got a superstar baseball player coming out of that family line.
Knock on
right?
wood.
Knocking on wood.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to really know about is, I don't think a lot of people know what Island Fin Poké really is, right? Like what kind of food and all that. So let's get into that exactly.
Poke is a Hawaiian word. It actually means cubed meat. So it could be any meat, right? And people get caught up in you have raw fish. I said, I have chicken. I have Korean barbecue chicken. I have shrimp. I have tofu. I have Spam. Spam is a big thing. I never had Spam in my life until I opened this place.
Right.
Because I was looking at it in the can, like,
yeah.
It's even a bad word now, right? Spam calls, spam emails. They should need in marketing. They need to rename it something,
Sure.
not spam. But it's cubed meat and basically, rice and meat. And we have all these great toppings and flavors. People think it's very niche, and I can see that, niche, but I can really serve anybody. I have kids bowls. We just do plain chicken and rice, throw some edamame in there, some cucumbers, a little soy sauce. We can be as basic or as built out as you want. I know you build out a nice big bowl. So it's healthy. It's delicious. I always feel like I should lead with delicious, because people don't seem to care about healthy if you see all the food options around here. Like, I don't think health is the first priority for people.
Right.
I think they like how things taste. So.
Well, I mean, look, I gravitate towards the poke because, I can do tuna, spicy tuna, salmon. I'm not really into the cube meat as much unless it's coming off a barbecue or Brazilian style.
That's considered the cube meat too, because they're cubed. The fish is cubed. Anything that's protein that's cubed, that's poke.
Right.
Really.
And I think it's great. I do the double protein there, right? I mix the salmon and the spicy tuna. I put my vegetables in there. I like that you can go and pick it and you can add it. But you did something a little different. You added tacos.
We did recently. Just got to mix it up and give more choices. And one of the cool things about Island Fin Poké is we're 99% gluten-free. You can get every topping and basically skip a few dry toppings, you're gluten-free. So for celiacs, people like that, it's hard for them to find food that actually really tastes good and they don't have to worry about getting sick from eating it. So that's fantastic. Now, having said that, the tacos are not gluten-free, but it just adds another dynamic to it. And there's also something about eating with your hands. People don't realize that it's a real primal thing. So hamburgers and pizza are the most popular food, and hot dogs. Eat with your hands,
right?
People love it. The cavemen weren't, have a knife and fork, and I hate when people eat a pizza with a knife and fork or a burger or something.
Drives you crazy.
What are you doing? Come on, stop it. You're being silly. But so tacos, it's a flour tortilla, and it adds a different dimension to the food. It's really good.
I've had them. I like them. They're like little mini wraps to me.
Yeah, we have Korean barbecue chicken with kimchi on it. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
Great. Well, I hear great things about them, right? And I know you brought me some to try them out.
I did. You were like one of my first test subjects.
I was like, this is great. I thought it was amazing. And which is great. I mean, look, I think you have a fantastic place here. I understand the frustration with business, right? It's about getting foot traffic in the door, having a draw, right? We know that the word is that Margaritaville is coming to Beachwalk and cottages and different restaurants and different businesses.
No, I don't know about that part.
Right. But we'll see. But we know it's down the road. So we're minimal of 15, 18 months away, maybe 2 years, right, in that process. And the idea is that we're filling up storefronts here, right, with different businesses and hoping that this draws more, to the area. They finally finished the road, right, all the road traffic and things of that nature. We have our summer with school being out. Do you find traffic higher in the summer or less?
I learned this lesson last summer. Unfortunately, it's a little less. I think a lot of people travel. It's just it's a tougher time. This summer has been a little bit better than the last one. But summer's tough.
A little slower.
And
I find the same thing. Most people go away and do things of that nature. We have it now. There is a big 4th of July coming up, right, in 3 weeks. And they're doing a huge fireworks show right behind your store. Do you plan to stay open?
That's a good question. Man, you put me on the spot. Fred, I'll do whatever you say. If you tell me to stay open, it's a good idea. I'll stay open.
Well, think about this. The fireworks show is going to start at 9:15 p.m. directly behind your strip mall here of restaurants, right? Where Margaritaville is planned to be built. They're going to be shooting the largest fireworks show in St. Johns County ever on history over the lagoon. So you're going to have all the beach walk at the lagoon. I saw that they're going to have a taco truck at, the lagoon as well at beach walk. But I'm assuming that all these families are going to be looking to see this fireworks show, and they'll be able to watch it from Publix, these parking lots, all these parking lots. People should be, I would think this place is going to be packed, and perhaps maybe this is the night you leave the lights on, open the door, and have some kind of special with handheld tacos.
If you can be like the celebrity poke bowl maker, we'll bring you in, Fred. You work with me that night.
There you go. Yeah. I'll put my poke hat on.
Why not?
You might lose some money that night. I'll probably eat a little bit more than the average poke maker.
That's a good idea, though.
I like the poke, but I think it's not bad, especially if I know you put the tent up out in the front, put some lights and things going on.
If God forbid it doesn't rain one night, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, we got to hope for that. This is the season. Rains every late afternoon, right?
Yes, sir. So, you also, I've seen my posts. You see that I'm actually looking for to bring someone else in here.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And what is the idea behind that?
The idea is to help with cash flow, to be totally honest. Yeah. It's like, it's no secret that I said, business is struggling. And I think it's interesting. I think this model of franchises or just storefronts it's kind of a struggling model. If you see a lot of places are closing down, super high rents, super low margins. It's not a good combination. So the thought process is, what are we missing in this area that I could bring in and give for something good for the people, and also bring in more money and more people into the store. So I'm looking at different things. We talked about pizza potentially. People are like, how are you going to do that? It's like, well, there's a way. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Pizza and poke.
And why not? And just to give people options. Like, so if a family comes in and they want to get poke bowls and their kids want a couple slices and a drink, why not?
Right. I think slices of pizza and a soft drink is what's missing right here on CR 210, right? Most of the pizzerias around here are specialty pies. Mm-hmm. Buy a pie, wait. But I think there's a lot of people that want to run in, grab a slice or two, have a little bit of variety for the slices, have a drink. And I think the option of families, hey, you want to eat healthy poke? You want to eat pizza? You want to have a combination? The thing I was really excited about that we talked about was, though, delivering pies to the apartment buildings and beach walk, keeping the delivery right here, close and tight, not crossing over to CR 210, not to exclude Beacon Lake, but to make it easier, make it quicker, and have a super special for the apartments. Hey, you're ordering a pie, we're going to deliver it to you in a golf cart, and you're going to have it instantaneously, and we're going to give you a discount for being so close. That was the thing. Yeah. That I like that idea, and I'm hoping that's where it leads to, but we'll see what the future brings.
What I realized is, and just God puts people in your life for a reason, plant some seeds and ideas, and you have to keep pushing and keep trying. And like, you can't just, oh, this isn't working. It's like, well, what else can I do to make it work?
Right. Well, you got to take one step, put it in front of the other. Got to keep trying. Nothing's really simple today.
But just take all the rules that you have in your head and throw them out the window. Like, I'm going to try everything to see what works. Right. I know you get sick of it, Fred, but I say we have a 4.9 on this restaurant with over 400 reviews. That's a lot of reviews. None of them were paid for. Right. And it's funny. Someone gave me advice that you want to settle in at like a 4.7, 4.9. People aren't going to believe it. I was like, what? I say, I can't. What am I telling them? Like, hey, can you just give me a lower review?
No, I think the reviews are great.
And we're consistent. We have kids working here from 16 to 18 years old. We always get constant compliments on our service, because that's the first thing. I'm not the best manager in the world, but the first point I do is like, you take care of people when they walk in the door. They come in, hey, how are you? Welcome in. I'll be right with you. Thank you for your patience. Everyone's polite here. Everyone takes care of them. We don't have any corny lines that say aloha, nothing corny like that. Just making people feel at home. And it's funny, it goes a long way.
No, it does. I mean, every time I've come in here, I've always been greeted. You also have another thing. You don't have to clear the tables. They will come and clear them.
We'll
just leave
bowls over to you.
And you always give a little treat, of the doli. What's it?
Dole,
right?
The company that makes the pineapples from Hawaii? Dole. They make the soft serve as well.
I mean, to me, it's custom ice cream. I mean, it's great.
It's dairy free though too.
Right.
And gluten free.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
It really is.
Everybody loves it. Yeah.
She brings over the little sample. I eat it. I'm like, oh man, why? I'm always trying to watch calories at my age, trying to be healthy, but it's fantastic.
Fred, you're like 39.
Yeah, I wish I was 39. Oh my God. When I was 39, what an amazing life. 20 years later. Oh my God.
I'm with you.
It's crazy, right? How time flies. getting
They all
older.
told us when we were younger, right? And we listened to them like, shut up, old man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And now,
Well,
now
when I
we're
was
old
young,
men.
I wanted to be older. Now I'm older, I want to be young, right? So, but I'm a true beach walk person, right? And, you know, between the Stroll magazines and all the different things we're doing here, you know, and trying to get more businesses, more residents, more people involved, you know, in the area and in the community. You know, that's why I thought coming here into your place of business to do the podcast would be something a little bit different. And it's something we're going to run with going forward. So you'll see our podcast show up in different places to meet unique people that, you know, because I think everyone has a story behind their business or their life or anything that comes along, right? And that's all we want to do is we want to share businesses, residents, stories with everyone from the CR210 corridor.
Yeah, we're
Right.
all neighbors. Is there any way could we get all this equipment and get on the roof? It'd be kind of tough, but we could. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, maybe the 4th of July show.
Cool. I might go up there
That
for
would
that.
be pretty wild.
It's an
Yeah.
amazing view up there on the roof. It's crazy.
We won't be able to hear anything. Boom, boom, bang. What are you,
Yes,
so
sir.
for the rest of the summer, your goal really is you're looking for a partner of some type,
Correct.
and you're not really focused in one zone there. You're opened to that, right? Just trying to see what comes through, what happens. Moving forward every day in the business, right? I know you have a lot of different specials, a lot of things like that. You want to talk to the public about those?
I know. I might have to drop breaking news right here. I think hopefully by Saturday we're going to do fresh homemade on the spot lemonades, like a little Hawaiian style. We're gonna have like some different flavors, but yeah, we're gonna do some lemonade, and we're gonna make it when you come in. Get one of those big 32-ounce containers. Pop a hole in it. There's a straw. You can throw some boba in if you want to. We'll make some lemonade. It's summer. Why not?
I love it.
Yeah.
Great idea. So you're going to have flavored lemonades, fresh,
Made to order.
made to order.
You order it. It makes it right in front of you. Muddle it and all that stuff. You can video if you want. Watch me do it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I might have to come back and
Maybe
video
everyone can clap while I'm doing it. But, let's go, lemonade! Get fired up, man. So
that. Maybe you put the little kid out in the front. Lemonade, 10 cents a glass.
my son's just started working with me. He's 13, so man,
I was,
put him out
I
there.
was 9 years old. I lived in New York. And my mom would set me up with a big pitcher of Kool-Aid. And I'd get cups. And she told me that, you know, I could go to work outside in front. And I would set up a little bench and a little table. And I would sell Kool-Aid by the cup. 10 cents a glass, get your Kool-Aid. I would be out there at 8 a.m. in the morning, screaming my lungs off until 12 o'clock, until I had nothing left. And I was selling Kool-Aid out. And I realized, like, people buy it because they're interested in what you're doing, not as much as what you're selling. You know, that's how people started coming over. Like, you know, what is it you're selling? Then
and
you
the
get interested.
visual and everything, just like
Yeah, it's a whole
funny.
combination. So that brings me right back to, like, you know,
Because
Kool-Aid.
I have great drinks here, but there's nothing to pull them into it, right? It's
Right.
just thing I fill the thing up. Okay,
And
like
bring-
hey, I'm gonna do all this, all the visual and the sounds and the stuff and the fruit and the mud. Like, think about this. Anytime you're at a county fair or anything else like that, everyone's just drawn to things like the lemonade. Like the lemonade's $10. Yeah, I don't care. I want it. Like you lose your mind because you want lemonade. You're hot. It's hot out, and you're like you just get drawn to it.
You know, so I run the farmers market for Beachwalk, right? And we have anywhere from 60 to 75 vendors. The next one starts August 22nd, and then we're the 4th Saturday of every month for 9 months. We shut it down May, June, and July for the hot and the summer crowds in Beachwalk. But I have the soda guy. He's got all these specialty sodas. I got the lemonade people. All sorts of the drink things are what people gravitate towards.
Yes.
And then the second thing is all the baked goods and things of that nature, right? And then the arts and crafts, the third. It's what I found. I always thought it was like arts and crafts first. I had it all backwards. I had no idea, you know?
Live and learn.
Yeah. That's what it's really about, you know, for the area. Seth, anything else? Come to mind.
Come to Island Fin Poké.
Come to Island Fin Poké.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Highest rated restaurant in St. Johns County, baby. Let's go.
I love it. I love your enthusiasm. I love that your willingness to get out there, get on the cameras, speak your piece. You know what I mean? Especially not being easy. There's no fluff with you, which that's what I love, right? It's not like, oh, hey, let me just sugarcoat it for you. You're raw, you're real, and you're honest, right? And that's what we really trying to show the people here. You know, you're in business, you're working hard, and you're not giving up, and you keep moving forward.
You're trying to make me cry on camera, Fred?
Nah, but you know, I think you're a very humbled person. And I think the distance you've traveled in your journey from what I've seen is nothing but change and greatness, you know, coming out of you. And you're putting this back into the community. You're involved with so many things, you know, you're always willing to get involved. You have the cheerleaders coming in, you do things with the school, you do things with Trinity Gym, you do things with politicians, you do things for everybody and anybody around this area because that comes from your heart.
I appreciate that, Fred.
And I just want to thank you for that because I look up to that. I appreciate that. You know, I try to walk that way every day. Fail because, you know, I'm a wretched sinner, according to Joby from 1122. We all are. But that's a whole nother story.
But you've helped me on my journey too. So, you know, you helped me on my journey with God. Again, I'll tell you, I'll never forget it. And I'll always be super appreciative of that.
I was just the vessel. God used me.
No, but it's like, it's funny. We just met randomly because I was trying to use you to get some help with, you know, promote my place. And you're like, you talk to God? I was like, no. It's like, you should. It's like, okay. And I have every day since.
Right.
You know,
that I love.
And it's changed my life. You know, it's just, it helps a lot.
That's the best testimony ever, right?
And,
so,
and you know, it makes all the trials and tribulations and everything you've gone through, it makes it worth it. Because, you know, at the end of the day, that's the path you need to be on, you know,
right.
to be the best person you can.
Well, it gives you hope and faith and you have
Yes.
light at the end of the tunnel.
100%.
Right? Instead of, you know, you could sit here and dwell in the negativity and just spiral down. So I always try to come from an upbeat, you know, posture, right? Regardless of whatever's going on. And look, we've all had our trials and tribulations and God knows I have stories.
I've
But
heard
it's
some
really,
of them.
yeah, it's just, you know, taking that step forward, right? Trying to move forward, trying to be the best you can, knowing that it's almost impossible to be perfect, knowing that we will fail and stumble, but that's part of the process for your character building and your change of heart, right?
It's a human condition, man.
Yeah. Well, I think you're doing a great thing here.
Thank you.
And I'm a big supporter of you, right? So that's why I'm willing to get behind you for all things and any things. I think it's great. I think it's all going to work out for you, you know, in time. I really do.
Got a plan. So
Yeah, you got a plan. But I think you're going in the right steps. You know, you didn't just jump in and bail and you're not running away. You face the fire. I think facing the fire is part of the process, right? Coming out of the other side. My father-in-law started a restaurant many, many years ago, you know, Italian restaurant, put his heart and soul into it. And he used to close on Mondays. And one day the business burned down to the ground and everything was gone. And he didn't know what to do. And he had to start all over after 10 years and, you know, borrow money and do all sorts of things. And the one thing he changed was, I'll never be closed. I'll never let this happen to me again.
wow.
Do you know what I mean? And then 24 more years, took him a year to get back on his feet. And then, you know, he had 23 years of business, but he never closed.
Wow.
Yep. Always, you know, certain holidays here and there,
Sure.
but other than that, always open. But it was something that he put his heart and soul into. And I watch that from afar. Do you know what I mean? So I see you from afar. I see what's going on here. And that's why I'm always telling you, hang in there, Seth. There's brighter days coming, you know? So I want to thank you for coming on the podcast,
Anytime.
you know, and we appreciate what you're doing for the community. And I look forward to doing more things with you in the future.
Awesome.
Great.
Thanks, Fred.
If you're a resident or a business owner and you have a story that you'd like to share on the Beachwalk and Beyond podcast, reach out to me, Fred Amato, at fred.amato@strollmag.com. We'd love to hear your story and spotlight you on Beachwalk Beyond.